Hello, hello, and Happy New Year. I hope you had a wonderful holiday break. I'm so glad you chose to come back and listen to more of Sara's Roar. This is episode 11 of season 2, and today we are on chapter 13. Here we go. Chapter 13, Chicken. I unlock the door to my private quarters and find Lexy dressed in her pilot suit, packing her suitcase. Her hair is wet and smells of chocolate shampoo. Going somewhere? I ask. Yeah, is all she says. I figure she'll tell me where she's going if she wants to, so I let it go and head for the shower. Hey, wait a minute, Lexy calls to me with sudden urgency. I turn to face her. How did it go with Haskins? She has a mischievous look on her face. Fine, I reply. We both stare at each other, waiting for the other to speak. Well, tell me about it. After you left, we ran on treadmills. Lexy cocks her head and gives me a disapproving look. What did he say? She asks. And how did he say it? She's suddenly excited and clasping her hands together. What are you talking about? I ask, amused. Lexy throws her head back impatiently. Oh, come on, Sara. Just tell me how he asked you to the army ball. I already know he did. He told me he was going to. What? An army ball? You are something else, Lexy. I chuckle as I head to the shower. He really didn't ask you? I turn to face her again. Are you serious? Yes! He told me he was going to ask you before we leave today. Wait, you're leaving together? Where are you going? Forget that. What did he say to you when I left? Are you ready to run? I quote, raising my eyebrows. Lexy sighs. He is such a chicken, she mutters. Look, Lexy, I think I know what you're getting at. There's nothing going on between Colonel Haskins and me. And even if Lexy's high shrills cut me off, right! I saw the way you blushed when he took his shirt off. I sigh and lean my head back to look at the ceiling, blushing again. Lexy continues to cackle. That's not fair, I chortle despite myself. I mean, did you see him? Lexy is now near hysterics. I knew it! I knew it! She plops backward on her bed and laughs a full, hearty laugh. You are giddier than I am, I say, unable to stop my own giggles. Maybe the two of you should go to your make-believe ball. Now let me take a shower. This time I'm determined to get there. There is, too, a ball, Lexy cries, sitting up. Oh, sure, I murmur with sarcasm. Never mind the economy has collapsed and we're in the middle of World War III. Why not throw an army ball? The government needs more debt. Lexy scowls. That is not funny, she complains. You better not be an idealist. I laugh again. You need a functioning democracy to be an idealist. And when our democracy does function again, I would never dream of crossing over to the dark side of the political line. I can't believe this, Lexy grumbles. Idealist, really? I sigh. I'm an enlightener, Lexy, just like the rest of the country. I am a realist, she says with defiance. I smile. I suspected as much. Now, if you don't mind, a shower is waiting for me. Once again, I turn toward the bathroom. But how can you even think about being an enlightener after President Rogers decided to steal from his own people to pay off his debt? Everyone knows of his conspiracy with the Middle East, she argues. He's the reason we're at war. He's the one who allowed all those Liechtenstein terrorists to come to our country. And he's the reason we're having to fight on American soil. She's practically yelling by the time she finishes her rant. Apparently, she is now in the mood for a debate. Slowly, I twist around to face her again and take a deep breath. I know that. But not everyone is Roger, Lexy, I say as kindly as I can. Besides, I didn't vote for him. I knew he was a rat from the beginning. She scowls at me again. That entire political party is corrupt. You may be right, I allow, wishing this argument would end. But things can change. I have to believe that, I say with conviction. Lexy clenches her teeth and turns her head to scowl out the window. My first thought is to dash for the shower while I have the chance. But I don't want to be rude and leave the conversation. Although at this moment, there's nothing I'd rather do. I sigh deeply. Look, I start to say, but Lexy holds her hand up to stop me. You believe this wretched world can change? Well, I know something you need to change, she imposes. Oh, great. Here we go. My very own mother as a roommate. Does she really have to do this? I force a lack of expression on my face. Okay, I relent. What is that? You need to change your aversion to the army ball, she says, with a smile playing around her lips. I crack a grin, sincerely appreciating her choice to break the sudden tension between us. But the idea of a ball is still completely ludicrous. Lexy, you can't be serious. About what? The fact that there's a ball, or that the lieutenant colonel wanted to ask you to it? Lexy's smile is as wide as ever now. Both! Both ideas are absurd, I banter. Lexy rolls her eyes dramatically and slides off her bed to stand up. How long have you been in the army, Sara? She asks, putting her hands on her hips. About a year. Why? And you really haven't been to an army ball yet? No, I thought they were a thing of the past. Well, here in Big Rock, we are old-fashioned. We have an army ball every year. Really, I state. Yes, really, she says, sounding a little bit like a schoolteacher now. There are decorations and food and drinks, and everyone dresses up in gowns and tuxes. Well-dressed uniforms, actually. It's the highlight of the year. One night where we can all take a break from war and death. Her tone ends slightly glum, but then she perks right up. So don't worry. Haskins will be back in a month, just in time to sweep you off your feet. It does sound fun, I admit, ignoring her last comment. See? She cries cheerfully. I knew you would want to go. Too bad I won't be able to. And why is that? She asks in a mocking, sweet tone. And not knowing how to dance is not an excuse, she chides, pointing a finger at me. I smile wide. This chastising is really quite hilarious. Sending me off to the ball whether I like it or not, are you? You know I am an adult now. She laughs a little sheepish. Really, why don't you want to go? Remember what I told you about having 3 pairs of clothes? Yeah, I wasn't kidding. I don't even have 2 pairs of shoes. That's not a problem, Lexy says with a new sense of encouragement. Just ask for a half-day leave and take the bus to Ember. They have a great little shop there. It's called, Give and Take. You can either trade something or buy something. There's always things on sale. Can't do it, I say, shaking my head. Sara, you have to go. Everybody goes. Lexy whines, bouncing up and down. I'm not going to ask for a leave now. I just arrived. And even if I did go to Ember, I have no money to buy a dress or anything for that matter. I have to save for necessities. But you're a doctor now, Lexy protests. I sigh. You know how fickle payments are. I might not even get one before the end of the month. Besides, doctors don't get paid what they used to. Lexy frowns. It's so funny to see this small yet beastly woman pout. I snicker at her expression. You'll go, she says. I don't know how, but you will. Why are you so worried about it? Lexy looks like she is devising a plan in her head and answers me a little absent-mindedly. Because you don't want to be up here all alone while everyone else is downstairs dancing. She looks out the window again and starts chewing her lip. I walk to my bed and sit down to remove my shoes. At least I can do that much while my shower is being delayed. I'm in the army, Lexy. I'm used to disappointments. Nope, none of that, she scolds light-heartedly with her finger again. You will come. And besides, Jack will be crushed if you don't. I'm sure he'll get over it, whoever Jack is. He didn't even tell you his name? Lexy asks, dismayed. I pull at the double knot in my shoelace. The thing won't budge. Are we talking about Colonel Haskins again? I say, looking back up at her. He is such a chicken, Lexy exclaims, more to herself than to me. I settle on trying my other shoe. If today was your first time talking in a while, how do you know he was planning to ask me to the ball? I spit out the ridiculous word. While you were changing out of your uniform, and blushing like a red beet, I might add. He pulled me aside and told me. I grimace. Don't worry, he didn't see. Deciding to give up on the laces, I yank my shoes off. Well, I do appreciate you waiting to humiliate me in private, I say truthfully. I wouldn't do that to you in front of him, Lexy tells me. You're too good-natured to really tease. I take a deep breath, allowing that, and yank off my other shoe. You weren't upset that I stayed to work out with you guys, were you? Oh, no. In fact, I was relieved. Kind of. What does that mean? She chortles. Well, the Colonel... Jack, she interjects. Okay, Jack. I don't know. I felt like a guppy next to a killer whale. Lexy laughs out loud. He was even holding back. What? Why? Then I shake my head, not wanting to know the answer. Lexy bats a hand at me. You can't compare yourself to him. He's unbelievable. Now, why were you only kind of relieved? Well, because quite honestly, Lexy, you are close to a killer whale yourself. I grin at her, standing up. She laughs again. We train hard in Special Forces. Like you wouldn't believe, she adds solemnly. You're in Special Forces? Lexy nods. With Jack. Aha! So that's how they know each other. Wow, Lexy, aren't there only 5 women who have made it into that? She nods again and grins. I was number 3. That's amazing! Congratulations! Thanks, she says casually, although I can tell she's beaming inside. Jack and I both thought we were done with it, but the General of the Army asked us to go on one last mission. At least he said it was the last. Lexy folds her arms now and leans against her dresser. Is it just the 2 of you, or are there others going? And where are you going? I ask. Lexy just stares at me as if I'm missing something very obvious. Right, it's classified. I pull open the top drawer of my dresser and take out a clean uniform. It is nice that I don't have to decide what to wear. I should have known the 2 of you had lethal weapon bodies, I declare. It's all coming together now. What do you mean by that? Lexy asks. The strength of you 2. It's unreal, I say, shaking my head. If you had the same training, you would be just as strong. I don't know, there's only one Wonder Woman, I say pointedly. Lexy grins. And there's only one movie star. In the army, that is. Hey, enough of that movie star nonsense, I protest. You could be one yourself, you know. Yeah, Lexy splutters. I'm serious. After all, Wonder Woman is a movie star, too. Lexy laughs despite herself. You're crazy, Sara. No wonder Jack likes you. You better find a way to make it to that ball. He does not like me, and I am not going to the ball, I dispute, walking toward the shower yet again. Especially with him. He's the lieutenant colonel, for crying out loud. Yeah, and you're a doctor. That makes you pretty cool, too, Lexy says. Oh, I almost forgot. Why is your bathrobe in the garbage? I flinch involuntarily, and Lexy furrows her brow. I figure she won't let this one go easily, but I'm definitely not telling her about Mr. Evil. So I resign to a very simple explanation. It's just been in too many dirty places. Like what? Like everywhere, I hedge. I can't even imagine all the places Mr. Slimeball has been. Ugh. It's just gross now, Lexy. That's all there is to it. Lexy puts one hand on her hip. Are you one of those clean freaks? She asks. What? Never mind. Go take a shower now, you, she says, shooing me away with her hand. Go, 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 go. You stink, she teases. I snicker back at her. Yes, ma'am. Once I'm behind the closed bathroom door, I hear Lexy cry, I'm giving your bathrobe to someone else. You shouldn't throw away stuff people can use. Wash it first, I call through the door. And that concludes Chapter 13. I hope you come back next week for Chapter 14, which is called Your Majesty. I love the teenage drama in this one. Or I guess it doesn't have to be teenage drama because adults sometimes act like this too, let's be honest. So, just drama. I hope you have a great week. Good luck on your New Year's resolutions. If you want to find out more about Brenda's books, you can visit brendasbooks.net. Until next time.
Take care.